well, the price of gold, it's gone up again.
Yes, it has. So if you've held off on selling your grandma's wedding ring or other gold jewelry so far, and you're wondering if now is the time to cash in, well, you'll want to listen to this.
Well, joining us now with all the answers is the watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
All right, so you're feeling a little golden this morning, right? Yankees won?
I love gold. Yeah. Very happy about that, but a little tired this morning, as you are as well.
Yeah.
You were up
New Yorkers.
watching it.
Yeah, I couldn't drag myself away from it, so yeah, it was very exciting. You know, there was, I don't know if we're getting off track here, they broke their curse.
What was the curse?
The Hillary Clinton curse. As soon as Hillary Clinton said she was a lifelong Yankee fan, they haven't won since then, so they broke the Hillary Clinton curse.
Gotcha.
You're going to be able to have some, be able to maybe get the green screen and we can work some stuff out and possibly.
Oh, I see what's going on. This is
right?
Talking during our segment.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. Was I talking in your segment?
So you'll get called out on this show. You'll get called out. Okay, let's get back to gold. What is the price of gold right now?
Right around $1,100.
So
Okay.
if people have some lying around at home, should they sell it? Is this a good time to sell?
Yeah, well, you'd have to look at it. I mean, a family heirloom is a family heirloom. You want to keep that for specific reasons, whatever it may be, but you also have to be careful not to be calling up MC Hammer like you see the commercials on TV, who's asking to send his gold in. You see these commercials on TV?
End up hurting him.
I mean, this is a guy who lost $30 million, didn't he, like in a week? And you're going to send him your gold, you're using him for financial advice. We all need to take a step back here. You want to send your jewelry in. There are certain people that can do it and do it the right way, but there's also a lot of crooks out there. I've helped a lot of people in regards to that, help point them in the right direction. If you have any questions in regards to that, go to our website. I can point to some directions of people that are actually honest and aren't going to rip you off.
Well, the price of gold, it's so high right now, and some people are saying it's going to continue to climb, possibly even getting to $1,500. What do you see?
I definitely think with the way we're spending money here in this country, you saw the Fed yesterday, they decided not to raise interest rates. It's definitely a possibility. People saying it could go to upwards of 2,000. Mind you, if you bought gold back in 1980, you're even when it hits 2,000.
Because that's what it was back then.
Well, yeah, inflation adjusted. Over the long term, it's been one of the worst performing assets in history. I mean, it just doesn't go anywhere.
So what about all these ads you see for these gold-backed annuities and stuff like that? I mean,
No, see, there's so many criminals out here. Listen, if you've got a well-diversified portfolio, not only should you have a little bit of gold in your portfolio, but you got also have other base metals as well. Honestly, I mean, you've seen apocalyptic. You've seen Mad Max.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's like pitching, you got to have gold. What's going to happen? The world's going to end. Give me a break. Mad Max didn't need gold. He needed, food and he needed fuel for his car.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to be going to the grocery store. Here's my gold bar and start shaving parts off. It doesn't pay you to own it. I mean, you got to put this stuff into some sort of perspective here. You buy these gold bars, you stick them in a safe. You got to pay extra insurance. Not to mention the fact they don't put off any revenue. They don't pay you to own it.
Welcome back to the Daily Buzz. It's a quarter to the hour. The Senate voted yesterday to extend unemployment benefits and the first-time home buyer's credit, but not so fast. The House still has to approve their version and, of course, get it on President Obama's desk.
So what will this all look like by the time it gets there, and what does this mean for the viewers at home? Here to help us answer those questions is the watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
All right, so you don't have extensions, do you? I just wanted to
Does it look like I have extensions?
It does not.
I'm just happy it hasn't fallen out on me yet.
Right?
All right, so let's talk about this. First, unemployment benefits, it sounds relatively straightforward, but, let's review, first of all, just basically what are they and who are they for?
Well, unemployment benefits, I have no problem with this, and actually I think that's probably where a lot of the stimulus money should have gone, to help people that are in dire straits. I think that the government has its place in regards to being a safety net for people who are in trouble. And the economy is moving very, very slowly right now. Rather than waste a lot of the stimulus money on nonsensical type things that we continue to see in the news every single day, help people out. Yeah, help people out that are in trouble, help them get back to their feet, education type programs. No problem with that whatsoever. But then you're taking a look at these, whether it be the cash for clunkers, which has proved to be an absolute dud. You saw last week Edmunds.com coming out and saying that for every car that was bought, it ended up costing us $24,000.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact, that all it was people were speeding up their purchases of cars that they had to buy anyway and moving up a quarter.
And it's a similar thing with this first-time home buyer's credit. It's creating a false floor in the housing market.
Well, I've talked about this here on the program, and this has always been a point of contention by people dealing with financial planning. Consider your home a place where you're going to have Thanksgivings and house memories, and it's going to be a great and wonderful
You're
place.
going to live there for an extended period of time is what you're saying.
Absolutely. But don't make it a part of your financial plan. Don't go into this house and saying, you know what, it's going to be a wonderful investment, because it might not be.
As we all learned the hard way.
Well, you take a look at the survival programs out there, right? What's the first thing that Bear Grylls has got to do? He's got to find food and he's got to find shelter. It's a bill that you have to have every single month. If this housing credit is what is pushing you over the edge to buy a home, don't. You're making a mistake.
Well, because if you can afford it, it is an incentive to buy, but if you don't have the money to buy, you're going to eventually regret that and probably end up going into foreclosure, as so many people are doing this past year, over 500,000 foreclosures.
Absolutely, and the reality is it's going to get much, much worse before it gets better, and this is something that no one's really talking about. One of the reasons why the Fed has held rates down. There are so many foreclosures to come, commercial real estate market to collapse. We've got a lot of things we're going to see.
For Mike D, who's our director, the Red Sox fan you just saw there.
Yeah.
Mike, reach into the bottom of the fridge there. There's a bowl of sour grapes.
Bunch of
Those are fighting words.
malcontents.
You're going to be sorry later on.
All right, we are joined once again by Chris Markowski, our watchdog on Wall Street, talking all things financial. Good morning once again, sir.
Hello.
All right, so during the break, Chris and I were talking about this. I wanted to share this personal story because earlier in the show we talked about the extension of the unemployment benefits, and Chris was saying what we all believe, that this safety net that our government provides is a good thing for families who are truly struggling. But there are so many people in this country who look at this as a honeypot. Quick anecdote: I was at a party recently where this woman was talking about how she was ready to retire. She's totally well off, but she said, you know what, though, I'm going to hang on because I'm pretty sure my company's going to go out of business, and then I can collect unemployment benefits for 2 years. And I almost said something to her like, oh, that's a sweet little plan you have there to rob the American taxpayer when you don't really need it.
As we were talking about, the kids are going to be the ones that pay for it. She has children.
Right on.
What's wrong with this mentality?
Well, it's a horrible mentality to have. It's something I actually hit upon on my radio show recently, because they're going to be sending $250 checks out to people, senior citizens with Social Security. I'm saying to myself, where are they getting this money from? They're not taking it from the FICA tax. They're not taking it from the stimulus package. What they're doing is they're borrowing the money, and we're going to have to pay back that money. My kids are going to have to...
With interest.
Exactly. I said the money has to come from somewhere. There's no tree somewhere where the money's going to fall off of, and it's a problem that we have right now. Everybody thinks things are free. They're not free. They have to be paid for.
Yeah, they come from us. I mean, the government isn't this magical money pit. It's you and I, all of us in this room.
Well, but
Not a lot of people
It's interesting. We're talking about that home credit that they had there. The amount of people, thousands and thousands of people that are basically lying about it. They're signing their kids up for it, all this stuff, just to get that $8,000. And the reaction is, I think it was on CNN or USA Today, they say, well, so many people have been ripped off for it. It's time for me to get mine. Come on, people. We need to come together. I mean, none of this fraud it's a good thing for this nation.